Do you ever have one of those weeks where it just feels like you didn't do any business at all? Well, this week was exactly that. I wasn't behind a camera. I was just helping TJ remodel the new studio space. We were ripping out old carpet, grinding the floors, and getting the place ready for the next stage of the remodeling process. Now, if you've never done this before, well, it can get loud, it can be very dusty, and honestly, very tiring. And normally I wouldn't say anything about this, but I am still wearing a boot. Yeah, so this week was different. I think a lot of business owners understand this, though a lot of other people would kind of define success by how many. Let me phrase it like this: would define success based on your output, right? On how many clients you booked that week, on how many jobs you completed that week. And for the photographer, for the creative, it would be, taking photos, editing photos, editing the videos. I just lost a light. That was totally real. But editing photos, and it's back. Where was I? So yeah, you're shooting, you're editing, you're posting the content on social, you're posting it on your website, then you're sending the deliverables to the client, and people would define success based on your output. And in a business sense, I understand it, right? You got to be productive to make money. But overall success also looks like showing up for the people that you care about. And today, that's what this week, that's what it was all about. Because this week didn't build my bank account, but what it did do was build a relationship, was build on this friendship that TJ and I have. And for me, that was more important this week. And sure, maybe there were some things I should not have been doing, but okay, let me say that I did tell the physical therapist about what I was doing, and he, not entirely. I did tell him I was helping, that I was, revamping the studio space, remodeling a studio space so that way we could have it open, all this stuff. And told him I'd been walking on my foot a lot. He was like, that's good. The more you're on your foot and using it, the more your muscles are starting to work again and, doing what they're supposed to do. So he was very supportive, but had he known that I was pushing a grinder and all these things, and probably would not approve of that. But the floor got done, and that's the important part, right? So yeah, this week was definitely a lot of pain on my foot. But I'm gonna say this because I know TJ's gonna watch this and be like, "Man, I told you not to do anything." And I just want to say that this is totally because I have been putting so much more pressure, using it more normal this week than I have been since I got the injury in December. So yes, it's getting back to normalcy. Is normalcy, right? Normacy, something like that. So using my foot as normal as I would, because that's what the physical therapist wants. He wants me to go back to just operating as normally as I would. And that's what I've been doing. And this is why I've been actually progressing and healing so much faster than they've been thinking, because I'm just like, I need to get back in a regular shoe. I need to get back to normal. And they're like, good. That's what we want. Anyway, sidetrack. So yeah, the studio is not going to get cleaned up on its own. It's not going to get remodeled on its own. Like, this work has to get done, and there's so much more work to do, but it's going to get done. And that's the beauty of friendships is it goes beyond what's comfortable and convenient for me. Like I could have stayed home all this week and just been, comfortable because I have a I'm healing from the broken ankle. But no. What mattered to me more was showing up and being there for my friend. And I did. Pushed beyond the pain and that's an important thing to mention is friendships that go beyond what's more comfortable for me, what's more convenient for me. Because if I can show up for you in that moment, why not? We all need somebody who's willing to show up, who's willing to be there. Those what Matt Chandler would call the 3 a.m. Friends that you could call in the middle of the night when you're just struggling and you need somebody there with you, whether on the phone or actually there in person, and you call them and they'll be there. No ifs, ands, or buts, just I'm there. And that's what I wanted to be this week for my friend. So then the question is, how many of those people do you have in your circle that you could call at 2, 3 in the morning or 8 a.m. or 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. and say, man, listen, I'm going through some stuff and I need somebody. And they say, I'm here. How many of those people do you have? Because those are the people that are going to go through the battle with you. Not watch you struggle and say, they'll be fine. But say, hey, we're going to get through this together. And that's the important thing. That's what success looks like. Is yes, having a profitable business. Beyond that, if the business fails or the business doesn't meet the quota for the quarter or the business isn't looking as great, you know what you're going to be able to fall back on? Those people who say, hey, you know what? Get back up. You're going to make it. It's going to be fine. We're going to get through this. Next week is going to be better. Next quarter, next year is going to be better. Don't give up now. Those people who can look beyond what it's going like right now and say, this is not forever. This is temporary. Keep going. How many of those people do you have? Because for me, that's what success looks like. And if I can be that for somebody else too, man, it makes me feel good. Makes me look beyond my boot. Which I'm getting off this Wednesday. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I am so excited. And we're going to get back to doing some other content, which is going to be really great. Let me just take a sip of this. So good. That's my encouragement for you. But not drinking from the sweet tea, but to have those friends. If you have them, then that's awesome. And if you don't, find some, because they are very, very, very important. But then also to be that friend, because you don't know what anybody is going through. And sometimes all we need is someone to be there with us through the storm. So, hey, thank you very much for sitting through this video with me. I'm hoping to have more content coming up. I know I say that every time, and thank you for your patience. I mean it though. We're coming back. Slowly. But I will say this. I'll see you in the next video. That wasn't a I'll never see you again. It was an I will see you eventually. That's not a goodbye. That's an I'll see you soon.